What is up, people? Welcome back to, well, not actually really a vlog, it is a vlog, but today we are finally finishing off the background to most of my videos. You would have seen it before. If you haven't, it means you've not seen the channel before, and welcome to the channel. But we're heading to B&Q right now to pick up some timber, and I don't actually, what else do I actually need? I don't think I need anything. I've got wood staying in that at the house. I'm heading as well to my actual real job to pick up the drill there, because our drill's a corded one and I just don't like it. It annoys me sometimes. But yeah, and I also want to get, you would have seen, I'll add some pictures in just to show it as I'm talking about it, but you would have seen where the picture is of the Red Bull Ring track, the light above it. So there's actually one on the other wall right above my bed as well, and it's not wired in, and I have no help, you're a bit close. I can't remember exactly why I never wired it in. Well, I say wired in like it plugs in, but I've only got one of the Philips Hue plugs and it takes 3 of the cables. And for some reason that wasn't plugged in. I can't remember if it just never reached to where the other one's plugged in, or if I built the wall and then never plugged it in and then realised at the end and I was like, shit, I'll deal with that later, and I've never dealt with it, and that's been like probably over a year now. And well, it must have been well over a year because I built that wall before I started the channel. But yeah, we're going to do that as well, try and get that wired in. I had a look at getting another plug, and it was like 25, I mean I could get like, you know, a cheaper one, but from actual Philips Hue, it was £25 for just the plug. I was like, nah, that. And we're going to finish this wall and in the process take some of it down so I can get to the cables at the back of it to work out why I never plugged this in. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. We have arrived at B&Q. Can I go in here straight? I think I can. Ooh. Right, B&Q success. The Renault Clio wasn't designed as a car to move timber. I really need to clean out my boot as well. It's quite everything from the football video is still in the boot of my car. But going up to Asda and then home time. Right, we've not even made it to Asda yet. I went into Halfords. I need to get something at Halfords. Also, this is the cable for my car and it's starting to crack. And I've seen this in Halfords. It was £3. I thought that was quite cheap. It might blow my car up, I don't know, but I thought that was cheap for a cable. And I also came across this, an air freshener, and it's like a Red Bull pit lane pass card. I literally just got air fresheners, so I don't actually need air fresheners, but I bought it anyway. But now I'm going to go to Asda and yeah, see you there. Right, so we're back. What happened? We went to Asda and we never went and got the drill. But that's okay, we've got a drill anyway. Anyways, it wasn't a massive priority. So, I've got nails this time. For the rest of them, I don't know why again, but for some reason I used screws. And it doesn't look the greatest, but we've got nails this time. I also got a bit of trunking for, you can see it goes up there. That's for the LEDs on these shelves. And the light I was talking about, can you see it? Yeah, so that's not plugged in, but that one is, and the cable goes along and inside this part of the wall somewhere. So we're going to try and get that wired up. I'm probably going to need to take a panel off of there and all the strips. Thankfully I never glued them on, because originally gluing them was an idea. Ignore the mess of the bed as well. Rio's been sleeping on it all morning, so I've not had a chance to actually make it, but I'm going to take it apart anyway. But for anybody wanting to do this themselves, because the panelling like this is expensive. For some reason it's really expensive. So all I done was obviously build the framework for it behind it, and then just sheets of ply painted black, and then this strip wood from B&Q. It is 18 by 34 and 1.8 metres long. You can get it in different lengths. You'll be able to get it anywhere from like any timber supplier or that, but I done the first part of it B&Q, so I just needed to stick with that because I didn't want, you know, different types of wood or different finishes of the wood, so I've just always stuck with that. That is it there for if anybody's really wanting to know what one it was. And then I stain it with some colour of stain. I'll go out anyway and we'll get this stained so I'll be able to show you. But that is basically everything you need, and then nails obviously, and screws for the frame, and putting the ply on. But yeah, if you want to do it yourself at home, that is what I use. Obviously you can choose different colours, different stains, different backgrounds, but that is what I've used for that. So yeah, let's get this wood stained. Okay, so we are in the summer house slash workshop. It is quite a shithole at the moment, to be honest. But this is the stain that I use. It is a dark oak satin one. That's what I've used for all of them. And the best way I've found to do it is just get 2 bits of wood. It doesn't matter what size of that, as long as they're the same. Set them across and then put them on the top of it. That lets you cover the top and the sides perfectly when staining them. So I will get these stained and then we'll go back in, do the light and let this dry. Right, we are all stained up, as you can see there. I normally always just do 1 coat, but if you want to do more than 1 coat, make it darker, then you can. If you want to get fancy as well, you can, you know, fade it in, do like 2 coats on one side, 1 on another, then fade it. I don't know, do what you want, to be honest. But let's go in and sort out the lighting now. Right, so we have access. Here you can see the Phillips plug. So if we can just secure this further up. Aha, because that's the TV power that's a bit low. Let me just check the length of this cable. So we plug this in. Look at that. Yeah, we have light. So we just now need to feed this into the wall somehow. There's plenty of length there. Why have I not done this? I must have just forgot about it. Right, we might need to take this panel off. I'm just glad there's not any more spiders in this wall. I was expecting loads of spiders to be inside this, but there's not, which is good. But yeah, now we just need to work out how to discreetly feed this into the wall. We're laughing. Right, I've just realised I never had my mic on that last bit of footage, which I was talking, but the light's now on. What I've done is I loosened this panel, fed the cable in the back of it, it comes in, goes down through the hole the other one went into, and into the plug, and I've just left loads on it so it can be hidden up there behind a strip. Then I've got a bit of trunking to go along there, and boom, so now we can put all this back together. Success! Whew. Right, strips are all now back on, light is on, and the last strip, which is actually one on its side, is the only one that needs to go back on. But I think I'm going to Dremel a little slot out the back of this one so the cable can feed through it nicely. How you should probably mark that up actually. A pen. Right, so you can see there a little mark just roughly where I want to Dremel it out. Make sure you're wearing the correct PPE when using power tools. I am trained professional, I should be wearing PPE but I'm not, and I just don't want anybody suing me because they became injured due to following my actions. Didn't think it was on camera. There it is. Lovely little slot for the cable Dremeled out. You don't need to use a Dremel if you're using this as a tutorial. Anything will do, multi-tool, even just a saw, a file, anything, but I had a Dremel there so we've used that. So let's get this one back on. Boom, and just like that, our little Dremel slot, and our wall is back together with a light. So I will check the dryness of our stain, and then we'll look at getting these strips up here which are missing. I think I'm going to do the top up here as well, and I think I'm going to leave the bottom because I think it would look better just the bottom black. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave it today, but let me know what you think, if you think it would be better putting the strips all along the bottom there or just leaving it black. I think it would look better just black. I think too many strips might not look great. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments below, but let's go check this stained wood. Right, so a little bit longer needed on that, but we've got our trunking sorted. We stuck it up. I could have swore I got self-adhesive stuff, and clearly never. But we had a bit of Gorilla Tape there to secure it to the wall. I did stick it on the, you know, the lid side, so it is on the wrong way, but it's never going to come off anyway, so it's not a problem. And I'll probably end up painting over it as well. That's another thing. I was positive I painted over that at some point. Clearly I never. But yeah, that'll get painted over anyway, and it'll never come off. So this is, wait now, I'll get a better shot. So yeah, this is how it's looking now. The light finally working. Panel back on, that light different colour. That one's obviously just not sunk up because I have a what is it, Philips Hue bridge. So these are Philips Hue lights, and the TV's Philips as well, and it has the built-in ambient lighting. So the TV and both of these play lights are all synced up with each other. So I'm sure you know how ambient lighting works. Whatever the colour's like on the screen, it'll change it to that light. So whatever's on that side of the TV will go the same colour as that light, and whatever's in the centre of the TV will go in that light. These LEDs, these ones here that run inside, like the boxes, they are Energizer, and I want to replace them with Philips Hue lights, so everything's Philips Hue. I did look at getting Philips Hue spotlights, the coloured ones, and I think it would cost like £300 just to do my 6 lights in my room. So I was like, no chance. But I want to do the strip lighting in there. The only problem is the strip lighting went in as that was built, so that's another thing that'll need to get like the panels stripped off it and that. So that'll be quite a bit of work. It's probably not worth it, to be honest, so I might not do that. But yeah, I'm building up a bit of a sweat. But you may be wondering, Tyler, how have you got the energy to do this, the mindset to do it, just the brains? Well, that's because of Space Goods. Space Goods is a great way to start your day and get you through your day. With things such as lion's mane mushroom to help your brain activity. It also has a natural form of caffeine to give you a nice boost but without the crash. And it has so many other benefits such as helping your immune system and that. So if you want to get your hands on Space Goods today, use the link in the description to get yourself 20% off. It also comes in flavours such as coffee, chocolate, strawberry, cinnamon and vanilla. And they've also just released a new one which I think is coffee caramel coffee. I believe that's a new one that they just released. Don't take my word on it, but if you want to find out, go and check them using the link in the description. And yes, buy Space Goods. Right, so we have our strips of wood. You can see here what they look like before they're stained, and then that's what they look like after. As I said, you can stain them whatever colour you want. This is just the one I went for. So we'll grab some nails and get them up. This is my little spacing tool. They are all spaced using that, which is just another one of them. So as you can see, oh wait, this one's a bit, yeah. So perfectly, you can't see it. There we go. So perfectly fits in between the gap. It doesn't fit in that one apparently. Oh yeah, it does. There we go. But yeah. This is just how I space them. I just do one of them, then that, then another one. That's just how I've done it. Again, you can space them however you want. This is just how I've done mine. But yeah, let's get these up. Shit, my TV. Shit, how did I get this up? Well, this comes further away from the wall. Oh yeah, it does. Oh, cats probably hate me right now. How the fuck do I get a nail in here? Safety blanket. One more to go. Now, obviously, I'm not probably going to get this perfectly spaced now. Oops. So, it may actually be okay, actually. I might be lying. I'll put the spacer in. Yeah, I'm just going to go to the spacer. And we are done. The corner is officially done. Now, do I do the top and the bottom? I think I'm definitely going to do the top. I don't know about the bottom, but I think that is where I'm going to leave it off for today anyway. Not finishing the video here, I'm just going to finish doing this today. And then tomorrow, after I film this week's roundup and edited that, we'll come back to this and finish off the strips at the top. I need to actually do one up here as well. I think I'm going to add one of the strips along the top here just to cover up this, because it didn't size perfectly. I built it to suit these panels and Amazon lied to me and never gave me the right size. So that is a little bit of a gap at the top there. But yeah, successful I can't believe how much of a difference it actually makes. It looks so much better. I'm very happy. But yeah, we'll come back to this tomorrow, but for today, that's where I'm going to leave it, and I'll see you all in the morning. Boom, and I am back. So this week's roundup's currently 59% uploaded. So it's time to do this top strip. So I've already got a bit of wood stained there for it. So I will go and grab it and the tools I need, and then we'll get to work. So one thing I would suggest if you're using this as a tutorial, even if you're doing just a solid wall and you don't have a gap up the top, always, you know, go from left to right to left to right to left to right, and then meet in the middle, because your spacing won't be exact from, you know, that wall to that wall. So if you just go each side and then meet in the middle, then if you get to the middle, you can, you know, change the spacing, tweak it slightly so it still looks fine. Because if you go from there to there and then you've got a massive gap at the end, you know what I mean, if you've got a massive gap at the end and you end up only having to put like one in, so like you end up like a gap like that and then a slot there, or you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, go from each side and work your way into the middle. I have also used a hacksaw for cutting these bits, just so it's a lot of a cleaner cut than your normal wood saws. Sitting square. I probably don't actually need to put a nail in this because it's jammed a bit, but we'll make sure we put one in anyway, because walls move, so eventually it will come loose. That happened with the other side. I ended up jamming it in, and then eventually, just, you know, due to time and walls moving, they just fell off. Where's my pen? I keep losing things. Fuck! Ah! Jesus Christ! Oh, my thumb. My thumb. No, don't move that one. Is that square? Oh my god, I've blinded myself. There is a few bits as well. You can see here the wood has chipped a little bit, so it's took some of the stain off up here as well. But we can come back and touch up that stain with a little brush later on. It's always going to happen when you're cutting wood. Right, so let me just adjust this camera. So as you can see what I mean, we're coming to the end now. There we go. And we would be leaving ourselves, oh no, I don't know what's the shortest here. This one? Not the best gap, so we can manipulate it a little bit and take a bit off both the other sides, just to open up that gap slightly so you don't notice that they're not all perfect. And there you have it. The top complete, the side complete, and our light is installed, and that's it. I don't know if I want to do, I think I'm going to need to do the bottom now that I've done the top. So if you actually enjoyed this video and you want to see me go back and do the bottom, and I'll probably manage to find some other things to do in the video as well, then let me know. But that's where I'm going to round it off here. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and I will see you all in the next one.